G'day, Mail-In crew. How are we? Randy Trembacki. Crikey. Hey, Randy, what's going on? How are you?
Hey, I don't really have an Australian accent in my bag. Can do shrimp on the bobby, but that's about it. I can do their,
Do a little
the
shrimp on the bobby.
catchphrases. Yeah, I can't really do a good one.
Do you have any accents that you can do?
Well, I can do a Chicago accent, but that's
Yeah.
because it's just pretty much imitating my aunts and uncles and stuff. But that's the thing.
Here's
That's
the
the
thing.
thing.
Oh,
Here's-
yeah, how's Bob Berendowski doing?
Bob Berendowski's doing good. He's doing good.
He's ready for the season, huh?
Yeah, yeah. I immediately abandoned that content stream when I realized I don't really watch football as much, so I shouldn't be like a sports.
You were like, oh,
recapper.
Mitch, the guy Mitch Trubisky, he's still doing a
Yeah.
thing, huh? No, he's not.
I enjoyed doing the character more than I enjoyed actually recapping the games.
That makes sense. Why are you here, Randy?
I'm here to give you guys some advice about questions that maybe you could help out in your 20s or 30s. You have the actual thing that you could say why I'm here.
I do. Randy's here because Sally is in northern Michigan, rocking out on vacation, enjoying the nice weather while we are stuck in 105-degree Austin, Texas for the next, what feels like 7 years.
Weird phenomenon yesterday. Rain when it was 102 degrees.
Oh,
Never-
so
We
did we need
We
it.
did need it, but it was a weird phenomenon.
It was, but this is not a weird phenomenon. We are the Mail-In Podcast. Randy and I are here to answer questions, some of which will have nothing to do with our areas of expertise, like a bachelorette party. But we're going to give our
perfect.
best. We're going to give our best, Randy.
Sounds good.
And if you want to have your question answered, here's what you do. First, subscribe on iTunes and follow on Spotify. Second, hit the hotline number, 888-362-MAIL. That is 888-362-6245. Or you can write in at the link in the Twitter bio at Mail-In Podcast or like washedmedia.com. There's a little mail-in icon you can use. Third, hit up the store, washedmedia.shop. And fourth, optional, see us in 12K on YouTube.
No, just
YouTube.com/mail-in
high
podcast.
definition 1080p.
1080. What does the P stand for? Pixels?
I know I stands for interlaced. P stands for progressive. Just the way that the pixels are portrayed onto the screen. What the difference between the two is, not really sure. I probably
Don't
should
care.
as a video professional.
Fucking
but
nerd.
Whatever.
Ready,
Okay.
Randy?
Sure, why not?
Hello. Hi. I've been seeing a girl for a couple of months and everything has been great. But when I met her friends and talked about my work, I feel ashamed about my job. My girlfriend is a partner at a big law firm and I am not as accomplished. I do have a successful career, but not to her level. How do I get over something like this? I don't want to bring it up to her and let her know I'm feeling insecure. Randy.
Dude, King, you just hit the jackpot. What are you talking
dude.
about?
Gas your girl
Dude,
up.
ladies is pimps too. This is great.
Women in STEM, women in law. I'd be psyched. You can come. You can, if you have a dream of being a stay-at-home dad. This is step one. But like, I get the insecure feeling, like the gender roles of breadwinners and all that kind of stuff. It's 2023, man. You should be pumped.
I don't even know if this is what he's concerned about. I think it's just that he's just comparing himself to others and to a group of people that are more, in his mind, more successful. I mean, success comes with time and all that stuff. And you went down a different career path, and as long as you're happy with what you're doing, I wouldn't be too concerned about it. Yeah, it's just I wouldn't think too hard about this.
I actually, now that you kind of put it that way, like I imagine he's at like a dinner and he's not, not a lawyer, but he said I have a successful career. So that's awesome. But maybe he's insecure about her lawyer, like guy friends or, like, you know what I mean?
I have a friend in finance that like, he kind of like walked me through his career path, and like in 3 or 4 years from now, he'll be like making $1 million a year. I'm like,
Sure.
if I were to go visit him and go out with like his colleagues and stuff, I would feel like a little thing. So I think it's just generally he's kind of feeling insecure about his like ability to make money.
Sure.
And I'm
that makes
sure
sense.
with it being in a relationship, it has a weird dynamic. But I don't know, as long as like they're not making fun of you and making you feel bad, I think that's something. If that were to happen, then like have a conversation with your
Sure.
significant other about like that you're feeling
Yeah.
insecure about
But
stuff. But I think you're just in your head about it right now.
Absolutely. Your significant other likes you for you, no matter what your career is. Maybe the career plays a role, but you have a successful career, like you said. So as long as you have, so I think when you're behind a significant other, and as far as like a salary goes or something like that, or you're not as accomplished, with a title, as long as you have some sort of ambition or like not necessarily a plan, but you have kind of that outlook, or "Well, here's what I want to do, or here's what I want, where I want to be." I think that's as attractive as having, director of whatever, or managing partner at X, or VP of Y, or lawyer.
I think that the fact that you're even having like this anxiety about it shows that you care enough about your position in the world that you're going to it's just you're still climbing the ladder and doing everything, so you'll get there eventually. You might never be as accomplished as her or anyone else, like in that financial thing, just because of different like career space that you're in. But as long as you're not a schlub that's just lazy, like I don't think
Mhm.
people will look at you and like look down at you if you're just fine with your 9 to 5 and have no desire to grow, and you're just sitting on the couch like playing video games like in a way that's just not beneficial to you. Like, of course, I love playing video games, but if you're just like being lazy and like not
Yeah.
actually trying to make something with your life, then yeah, her friends and colleagues might look down at you. But as long as you're just actually don't like stress yourself over and break your back that you need to like go further into your life with and ignore her and stuff, but just keep moving forward.
In
That's
the
about it.
in the near term, if you're in a situation like this and you're out with our friends and talk about your work, lean into it. Just be like, as long as you act like you love it, or you can sort of self-deprecate or have fun with it. The worst would be outwardly feeling insecure about your job in a social setting, like trying to demean it, diminish it, um, because then people can tell, and then it almost makes it worse if you're just like, "Oh, yeah, fuck it, I do this, and I really enjoy it, it's fun, and it's not what I wanna be forever, but it's kind of a stepping stone to X." It's like, "Oh, okay, cool."
Yeah, I have a similar thing to this. I mean, it's not like a success differential, but like when I'm out with my firefighter buddies and stuff, like
Stealing
the
valor.
stealing valor, of course. We'll meet a group of people and they'll come up to me like, "Oh, so you're a firefighter too?" And then
Mm,
I'll go, "No, no, I do something way more heroic.
ah,
I'm in
right,
podcasting." And so
exactly,
it's
yeah,
like it's a funny thing. It's like, yeah, clearly I'm not as heroic and whatever as these people, but self-deprecate a little bit.
exactly,
Yeah.
bingo. Who I will never self-deprecate?
I would assume that this is a great ad partner.
It is. It doesn't I kind of messed up the intro there. You know who I would never deprecate? I don't even know if that's a word.
I don't know either.
Z-Biotics, Randy.
Ah, yes.
Let's face it, after a night with drinks, I don't bounce back the next day like I used to. Neither do you, Randy.
That is true.
I have to make a choice.
Next day, next 3 days.
Yep. I can either have a great night or a great next day. That is until I found Z-Biotics. Z-Biotics is a pre-alcohol probiotic, and it's the world's first genetically engineered probiotic. Randy, you familiar with probiotics?
I am. I am. I've been hopping on that kombucha
There you
change.
go. Z-Biotics was invented by PhD scientists to tackle rough mornings after drinking. Here's how it works, Randy. It's in a little like vial kind of bottle looking thing, and when you drink it, when you drink alcohol, it gets converted into a toxic byproduct in the gut. You familiar with this process?
You know what? Not really, but tell me more.
Acetaldehyde? Fucking nailed it that time. Freaking nailed it. Excuse me.
I'm a man, and but that I'm firmly the T tech, not a science. So
Got it.
not the S.
It is this byproduct, not dehydration, that's to blame for a rough next day. Z-Biotics comes in to help. It produces an enzyme to break this byproduct down. It's designed to work like your liver, but in your gut where you need it most. Just remember, you drink Z-Biotics before drinking alcohol, then you drink responsibly, and then get a good night's sleep, and then you'll feel your best. 3-step process. Z-Biotics 1, Drink responsibly, 2. Good night's sleep, 3. Boom.
I got a big weekend of drinking responsibly. I'm going on a bachelor party. I should bring some Z-Biotic.
I think Z-Biotics
Yeah.
is your answer. I've taken it before. I famously, I went to an an all you can drink for $10 barbecue event,
But you did it responsibly,
but I did it responsibly.
of course.
Took Z-Biotics before that. Woke up the next day, chipper as can be.
Oh, yeah. I remember that event
Yeah.
that you we were supposed to go with you.
Well, kind of. Different group of friends. Anyway, go to zbiotics.com/mail to get 15% off your first order when you use code MAIL at checkout. You can also sign up for a subscription using our code so you can stay prepared no matter the time or occasion. ZBiotics is backed with 100% money back guarantee. So if you are unsatisfied for any reason, they'll refund your money, no questions asked. Remember, head to zbiotics.com/MAIL and use the code MAIL, MAIL, at checkout for 15% off. Thank you, ZBiotics, for sponsoring this episode. Ready for the next one, Randy?
We're ready.
Can y'all talk about how a relationship between a mother and son can successfully coexist in a relationship, let alone a marriage? Here's some context. I've been dating someone who's great, except when it comes to family. She thinks I'm too close to my mother and sisters, and I'm not sure how to really get over these concerns. I'm the youngest in my family, and I'm close with my mom as a result. I talk to her daily and visit almost every month. My girlfriend initially said she loved how I treat the women in my family, as well as my women friends. I know Sally believes guys and girls can't be friends, but I have a lot of platonic childhood friends that are girls. But recently it's become a problem. You ever heard of somebody being too close? Like they're too close to their family, and so it kind of gets in the way of a relationship. I think
Uh,
the only time I kind of see this happen is if it's like the family is like hyper local, and you're like being called to babysit, you're being called to walk dogs,
I could
and
see this happening as far as just like a relationship right now. This is interesting to me, but it seems this is a big problem in marriages where it's usually like the mother-in-law always
oh
being
yeah,
over or stuff like that. I could see that being a problem, but just an early relationship, it is weird. I want to know where this is coming from. Does she just not have as good a relationship with her parents?
yeah.
Like, it's not like I don't want to say she's projecting, saying that she's like upset that you're
Mhm.
having a good relationship, but I want to know more about this dynamic. Like, are you always with them? Are you always bringing them around, not making time for her, or is she just? Oh, it's weird. Yeah.
Yeah, I need to hear her side of the story here. Are you active? Like, are you on date night, being like, "Oh, I have to go to, I have to, I call my mom every night at 7. Have to talk to her for an hour." Just because then I get it. Like, then you know, you have other obligations. Are you visiting? Like, are you flying to your parents once a month and effectively taking a weekend out that you're could be hanging with your significant other? I just need to I like, why did it start totally fine? And she was like, "Oh, I really appreciate how you treat women." And now it's an issue. So, like, what happened? This guy doesn't really give the context of what
Exactly.
happened.
I think with this, maybe that he's having the same issue that we are right now, and he just needs to hear us working through it. You might just need to sit down with her and have like a long talk about why you actually like.
Yeah, where's
Maybe
the problem?
he's probably as confused as us right now because he doesn't have the information.
Mhm.
So I think that's step one. If this is becoming a real problem in your relationship, you guys just need to have a serious discussion about why she is kind of put off by this. Because to be honest, like if your relationship progresses and you guys get married, that that's her family now too. So like
Totally.
family, if family's a big important part to you and she has a problem with that, like that might not be a successful relationship moving forward.
Yeah.
So I think this is something you need to figure out if you're gonna, because you're not going to not stay close to your family for her.
What if we focus on the other side of this question where he said, "My girlfriend initially said she loved how I treat the women in my family." Pause. As
Oh,
well as my women friends. Maybe that's could be, part of the potential here, but he mentioned, like, a mother and son, like, kind of a mama's boy. That's fine, but maybe the problem is sort of lying in the women friends thing. He treats them well, and by that, maybe he spends a lot of time with them, and is there an
Well,
insecurity, a jealousy thing going on here?
maybe, but it seems like the first thing that his whole question was the mother-son thing. It wasn't
Right.
even like the brother-sister thing. Seemed mainly the mother-son. Like, maybe it is that she's upset that you're dropping like
Yeah.
at any moment you are on call for your mom and stuff, and
Mhm.
at a certain point, she might just see that you're an adult, you're an adult, you need to be an adult, you need to focus on our relationship and not the relationship to your mom, which, I mean, it's hard to say because especially if it sounds like you have a really good relationship with your mom and
Mhm.
she's done probably so much for you your whole life, you don't want to ignore her and stuff. Like, I'll be honest, I don't have like as close a relationship as this guy. I don't talk to my mom as much, but
Me neither.
like I would be weird for a girl to come into my life and be like, "You can't focus on your mom."
Yeah, I think maybe there's steps you can take in the near term where it's sort of like maybe you text mom every day versus getting on the phone for an hour, and especially when you're spending time with your girlfriend, like, "Hey, maybe you don't live together yet, maybe you're not,"
How long they been dating, did it say?
he said, I've been dating someone who's great. So I don't there's no real,
Timeline.
yeah, no real timeline. She thinks I'm too close to my mother and sisters.
Okay, so yeah. So yeah, this just
I
meant
just think maybe you keep it so when you're spending time with her, with your girlfriend,
focus on her.
focus on her. Doesn't mean you can't still be there for your mom and sisters and talk with them all the time. Maybe text and focus when you're one on one, sit on the couch. That's your girlfriend's time.
And honestly, I think number one, you need to have a conversation with her too, because I can definitely see like if I brought a girl home and I was not around my mom and her, that my mom might have said something that just she didn't mean it in a bad way, but it rubbed
Yeah.
like the girlfriend off the wrong way. And like she's never actually expressed what like my mom said to me. Something
Hmm.
like that. So that might just be a conversation that maybe your mom or sister said something that she might have taken out of context or just don't know how it goes because that can happen and you don't address the problem. Now it's just turning into I don't want to be. It could be like I don't want to be around your mom and sister all the time because I feel uncomfortable around them
Sure, could be that.
because of a certain incident that you don't even know about.
We'll need a follow up on this one, right?
Yeah.
Let's do the next one. Hey guys, how do I meet older women?
Okay.
I'm 27,
All right.
live in an East Coast mountain town that's a popular tourist destination. Oh, I know how. I'm getting bored with dating around my age. I've always appreciated older women and would like to try the lifestyle. Maybe even find a sugar mama. But I don't know where to look or where to go to put myself in situations to meet someone.
Mhm.
Looking for any advice. Love the pod. I got a couple.
I've seen some banner ads that could help you out.
Okay. What about
Some
ski
pop-ups.
instructor giving ski lessons
Oh.
to some older women? Or I mean, you live in a mountain town that's a tourist destination. You're getting older women with some cash coming through all the time. I you maybe I think, if you wanna meet older women, you need to go you can't just go to you're not gonna meet them at your team, corporate kickball or corporate volleyball. You're not gonna meet them in your run of life at your, you know, little sleepy mountain town job unless you go to where they are. That's service industry, ski instructor, mountain biking class, uh, go to yoga. That's a great place to meet older women. Uh,
You really know where all these older women are,
no,
huh?
I was like, Rachel's got me into yoga big time, hot yoga specifically, and those classes are loaded with older women.
Yeah. Uh,
That's you know what? Start doing yoga, my man. You're 27, perfect time.
oh yeah, you should be doing.
Plyometrics is the key to and flexibility and stretching is the key to longevity
Everyone should be doing that stuff,
and hydration.
not just people looking for milfs.
Absolutely. Yeah, PSA. Do yoga, stretch, hydrate,
There we go. We hit the skincare,
skincare. Yeah.
sunscreen. We hit all the Sally
Yeah,
points.
put
today.
it in. Yeah, exactly. It's like
SPF,
Sally.
daily
Yeah, put
SPF.
SPF on your face every day. That's a real one.
I mean, there's the dating apps too, all
No,
that, but like,
but they're
you're
not,
not
they're
Tinder
so
bubble, you aren't.
transient, right? Like if he's trying to find somebody for the weekend or like meet somebody on a weekend trip that you turn into that, yeah, maybe that's
Oh,
a
so
problem too.
he's
I
not
don't know.
trying to like have a relationship. I don't know. Maybe at this point, if you are trying to date older women, as in like finding a more adult and mature person, you might have to stop doing Bumble and Tinder. I don't know if you are, and maybe go to Match and eHarmony. I mean, be honest, that
Yeah,
I feel like that's an older crowd and my people that are a little more serious. I don't
I've
know what this guy's looking for.
so like
Just older women is what he
right, the
said.
thing with older women in a mountain town, like it's East Coast mountain town, it's gonna be a tiny town.
Yeah.
So if you're trying to date somebody that lives there, chances are they're settled down, married, kids, the whole nine. Maybe you're looking for that. Um, but I think
I don't know what
if
this
you're
guy's
trying to
looking for.
spice up your dating life a little bit, you look for somebody who's there for the weekend to start, and then maybe it turns into something. But to get there, you got to go service industry, bartender, restaurant kind of stuff.
Hotel bars.
Hotel bar is perfect.
Yeah. That's a good way
Perfect.
to start.
Oh, yoga or hotel bar?
I don't know how to feel about this question. Are we giving him scummy answers or good answers?
Well, I think this guy's kinda looking for the
I don't know if
he's
he
he verbatim says, "Maybe even try to find a sugar mama." Quote.
Yeah.
I don't think he's looking for the cleanest of answers here. Yeah, hotel bar, you don't even have to be a bartender. That's just a great place to meet transient, quote, "sugar mamas."
Good for this guy, I guess. He's living life to the fullest. Maybe you need to pack up your bags and move to the big city.
Yeah, I'm really curious, what East Coast mountain town he lives in. There are not many.
I would assume somewhere in like West Virginia. Like
That's
I mean,
just
that's not the
that's not
coast,
the
but like
coast.
the Virginia area, right?
I mean, usually we like you ski the East, it's like upstate New York, Vermont, New
Vermont.
Hampshire.
Maybe I'm gonna say Vermont. Let's see. Yeah, I guess I was too far off the coast. I'm not really familiar with the East Coast
In my mind
geography.
in my mind, he lives in, like, Lake George or Lake Placid, upstate New York, that are beautiful mountain towns that I will be going to, in the next couple days. Very excited about it. But it's all about the hotel game. Like, people who live there, older women, it's not really, they're all everybody's taken, everybody's settled down. So you gotta rely on the tourists. Maybe that's what you do. Hotel bar, go to yoga, be a ski instructor for the winter, and give lessons to people.
And if you're actually serious, maybe try Match.com and eHarmony.
You could be like the guy, the guy, what's his name? He's in The Office. Is it Omar in The Office? Omar the
I don't know what you're referring to.
oh, who is
Omar's
the
our friend.
who I know, who is the gay character in Office?
Oh, Oscar.
Oscar. The guy that plays Oscar, um, in the movie The Proposal, Randy, you familiar with this one?
I'm familiar with the movie. I don't know if I've ever seen it.
Oh, it's so good. The Proposal is, what's her face? Ryan Reynolds and Sandra Bullock.
Yes, I've not seen it,
So
but I'm
good.
aware of it.
Oscar from The Office is like they're in a small, like, Alaskan fishing town, basically a vacation town, and he's like the general store owner, the gas station attendant, a stripper, um, like the airport employee. He's like
He's
everything.
everything.
Yeah. If you live in a small little mountain town, you just be everything.
Be
Like be a ski
everything.
instructor, and then at night when they get back to their hotel, you're the bartender
Be
too.
everything and be everywhere.
Be everything and be everywhere. Sounds like a Michelle Branch song. You are
Well, good luck,
everywhere.
man.
Yeah, have fun. Maybe even try some AG1 while you're at it.
It's true.
AG1 is a foundational nutritional supplement that supports whole body health, and I drink it literally every day. I was tired of taking a bunch of different supplements, a bunch of different pills, trying to get nutrition from many different sources. And I wanted an all-in-one solution. I wanted to be more efficient, Randy. and that's where AG1 has come in to help me. You familiar with them?
Mm-hmm.
Drink it in the morning. I'm not saying that as a command.
No,
That's what I do.
no. People out there, drink it in the morning.
Drink it in the morning if you'd like, because it sets the tone for the rest of the day. You know, it's like making your bed.
To be honest, I've been really bad about that. But when I do make my bed in the morning, I do feel like I'm ready to have a productive day.
Exactly. Make your bed, do your skincare routine, rock with AG1.
I like that.
You start your day with accomplishments, Randy. It sets the tone for the rest of it. AG1, like I said, is a one solution to support whole body health. Better energy, better digestion, mental clarity and focus, all improved, better skin, in my opinion. And it's a great bang for my buck. Replaces a lot of other supplements like daily multivitamins and minerals, pre and probiotics, adaptogens, and a greens blend. All in one scoop. Glass of water, one scoop, steer it up, down the hatch.
Ooh.
So here's the deal, Randy. If you're looking for a simpler, effective investment for your health, try AG1 and get 5 free AG1 travel packs plus a free 1-year supply of vitamin D with your first purchase. Go to drinkag1.com/mailin. That is drinkag1.com/mailin to get 75 high-quality vitamins, probiotics, and whole food sourced ingredients. Are you ready for the next one, Randy?
I am.
Hi, mail-in crew. I know it's July, but
It's August.
I know it's August, but I've already started thinking about Christmas.
Yeah, we're gonna be on. You and I are gonna be on so different levels on this question already. I can tell.
Money is going to be tight this year, but I love giving my loved ones gifts, and I don't want that to stop me from getting everyone something. I like the idea of making something for everyone or getting something really thoughtful, but I'm stumped when it comes to ideas. Do y'all have any thoughtful gift ideas that come to mind? Any helpful tips for buying gifts on a budget are also appreciated. Randy,
Okay, never
you
mind.
are the gift giver.
I am good. That
You
went
are-
a different direction. I thought we were gonna have a Christmas debate.
What are we having a Christmas? We can have a Christmas debate.
Dude, we are right around the corner of Christmas stuff being in the stores. As soon as Labor Day hits, they put Christmas stuff in the stores.
Yeah,
and
but
it's really annoying.
well, it's they put it in the store, but it's still in a corner. It's like in a back corner. They start the display because Halloween
Halloween has
fucking-
started.
Has it?
I went to Lowe's yesterday to get some potting soil, and they have the big it's not full on, but they have like 4 big like decorations up
Okay.
in the main.
That
thing,
makes
but yeah.
sense. I don't do a bunch of Lowe's and Home Depot shopping right now. I would like to.
The hardware stores and
Har-
all that are the ones that get that stuff out the earliest for sure.
They're just an efficient bunch over there. But like HEB right now, it's back to school dominating.
Oh yeah,
That is, there's some fall stuff. You see some pumpkin candles coming out.
I have seen that. Yeah,
Pumpkin beer hits like orders are going in now for pumpkin beer to hit mid August. I'm a pumpkin beer slut.
did you
Everybody
get to your
knows that.
shipyard? Have you gotten your
No,
shipyard pumpkin? yet?
Randy, Shipyard doesn't come out for like 4 weeks.
Okay.
Like that is like September, and you got to know where to find it because it's gone immediately.
I'm aware.
So I don't even want to get into that because I'm going to the store, I'm stocking up, and I don't even care.
You hear that? That's a good gift. Make sure in September you find the shipyard and give it to all your loved ones. I guess to get back on the track of the question.
What was the debate going to be that we're going to have?
And just that, I mean, getting prepared for Christmas early, and
I love
I
Christmas.
have-
Oh,
you
you
know-
like when you put your lights up kind of thing?
it's
you
just
put your
more
lights
of
up?
a Christmas is people are celebrating Christmas too early nowadays.
The weekend after Thanksgiving.
Yes, that's exactly. I would say the day after Thanksgiving is full Christmas mode, but like Labor Day just happened and you have a bunch of Christmas stuff in the
No,
stores.
no,
like,
no,
come
no.
on, guys, it's still let's calm down a little bit.
You strike me as a guy that would go Black Friday shopping.
Never have. I've been to the mall one time on Black Friday, and that was a mistake as in like it was an accident that I was there. This was back in
How do you accidentally go to the mall?
it was 2019 when I was, working for Jimmy John's, and then I was also Ubering on the side to make money, and I was just working on Friday and just had no idea it was Black Friday, really. I didn't even, like, think
Oof.
about it, and I was driving and I drove someone to the mall, and I really had to use the bathroom. I'm like, "Alright," dropped them off. I'm like, Here's a mall here. The perfect place to go use the bathroom." I I get inside, the place is packed, and then it took me, like, 3 seconds to realize, "Oh, it's Black Friday right now."
Yes, yes, yeah. Black Friday, not the best time to try to use a mall bathroom.
No, I love a good deal, but I mean, I've never really gone Black Friday shopping. And nowadays, like it's so much of the online shopping
I
and stuff,
know.
dude. It's kind of what I
I
need
y
to.
I don't do a lot of Black Friday shopping either. I'm not a good shopper. I'm not out there hunting down deals. I'm not really aware of sales. I kinda buy stuff when I want to buy stuff, and that's probably an indictment of my shopping skills. But every year we do Christmas in Rochester, and I will say that, like, December 23rd, 24th, Christmas Eve area, I always do like to go to the mall to buy, like, 1 or 2 last minute gifts because there's something about the energy,
Mhm.
like, the decorations are up, the stores are popping. There's something about it that gives you a little, like, I'm not in there for 4 hours, but, like, let me park, let me have a hassle parking. It's cold outside. I just want a little taste, and then I'm out.
So that's Brett's advice to you. Just wait till
Wait
December
till
24th and get
November
the last minute
24th.
gifts. So why don't focus right now? I would
You're well, let's start with this. You're a gift builder.
yes.
You're very good at it.
Just
So is Rachel. Rachel's extremely thoughtful with her gifts, and I can't. I'm just like I don't have that
in
gene.
general, like when it comes to gifts or even anything that I like if I can make something
Mhm.
and like put it as a decoration or something. I like that better than buying something.
Sure.
So it's more of a conversation piece too. And I think biggest thing is I'm a big hobby guy. I have way too many. But this could be a good time if you want to do something thoughtful and not something that doesn't really break the bank. Pick up a hobby and you have so much time now to like start doing the first one and kind of perfecting it to do a bunch of stuff. Like I don't if I know people are doing the needlepoint like stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good one. I have gotten a candle making kit because I always want to kind of like get that. So you can do that and make custom ones because you have that Sabers. What is it? What's the beer
Pennant.
can?
Oh, the si it's like a beer can candle.
Yeah. So I don't know what is it, Labatt?
It's a Labatt, yeah.
Yeah. So it's just like candle wax in there. So that's a cool thing too that I would like to make for people that like if they have a certain like a favorite drink or whatever and just make a candle and pour that in.
If you're on Randy's, shopping list this year, you're getting, peppers, homemade candles, and mead.
Dude, my peppers aren't coming in as much, and it's a little concerning because I wanted to
Uh,
make, some spicy mead, but
could it be because I don't know, it's been
the
111
plant is
degrees?
surviving and it's flowering, it's just not producing fruit. If anyone out there has any tips for why my jalapeno plant is flowering but not producing fruit anymore, um, please let me know.
Is it because you need to have multiple is it like blueberries where you need to have 2 plants to really to
I don't know.
cross-pollinate?
Maybe that's why I had so many at the beginning because it was by a bunch of other ones. Who knows?
How about look at him dropping some knowledge.
I don't know. We'll see.
Um,
Someone hit me up. But yeah, I think if you want to do something that is thoughtful, you just and you don't really have that skill set right now, kind of like look into creating a hobby that's something that you would like to do and you have plenty enough time to work on it and get a bunch of stuff like needlepoint or I mean, I'm never going to do it, but I've been getting served rug making TikToks.
oh,
Have
that
you ever
sounds
seen
like a
those?
nightmare.
It looks like it's a quite the endeavor, but the stuff that people come out with that are really cool. But like that's I already have enough.
I was thinking like, take an ordinary object. So Rachel's got me a couple of the like, customize an ordinary object to make it meaningful. So, for example, Pyrex, 13 by 9, the glass, like, casserole dish.
Okay, yeah.
Inexpensive object, relatively, like, you get a Pyrex, you're like, "Oh, thanks." She put my dad's mac and cheese recipe engraved on the bottom of the
Oh,
Pyrex.
that's cool.
really, really freaking cool. And I was like, oh, boom, teared up, the whole nine, an emotional gift that, doesn't break the bank. So making an ordinary object customized to something about a person makes it extremely thoughtful. She did the same thing. She did Yeti, like Yeti beer mugs, and put my dad's like beer paradox logo on them. Again, an object that doesn't necessarily break the bank, customized to make it more meaningful.
Yeah, customizing things I think is the way to go, and to make them like with you, that was very like personable. Like if you
Hmm.
just get a customized Yeti that's like the Longhorn logo, like
Yeah,
that's
it's like
like okay, cool, like whatever. It's
right.
like you want it to be the more you know the person, the more you know their interests and their background, like then you can get really into something cool. Like
Hmm.
another good place to go right now. Like I love the ordinary making something customized. That's really cool. And it's if it's useful too. The Yeti's useful, the
Hmm.
this thing. Go on go on Etsy. And I would
Oh,
say
Etsy's so good.
this is a
Yeah.
good place, like, if they are, like, a Texas Longhorn fan, go on Etsy. There's so much, like, cool customized stuff that you wouldn't just get at, like, Walmart or something like that.
Hmm.
There's some really cool stuff that people are doing on Etsy.
Etsy, like I got like a map of my dad's old neighborhood, like topographical, like made him cry. My sister's done, like the this is so dumb, but I laugh. You know the picture, like you can make your dog like Napoleon,
Yeah.
po- like a colonial lord or something like that,
Yep.
and they're really well done with their dog's face on it. It's like funny and you're gonna roll it up, but like for that morning at Christmas, it's really fun. I don't man.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, like what you just said there, once you start researching that stuff, we talk about how Instagram knows what we're talking about and stuff. But once you start getting into stuff like that, you're going to start getting served a bunch more ads to things that are similar to that. And in this day and age with the internet and like artists and their availability at Etsy to and Squarespace and stuff like that, there are so many independent people making really cool crossover things. Like I have a map of the United States, but the way that it's made is in like the style of the Lord of the Rings map.
Mhm.
So
It's
that's
really
like a
cool.
cool thing. It's like, oh, I got the United States map, but like I get the nerdy like Lord of the Rings element. So once you start figuring out what these people like and you go online, you're going to start getting served a bunch of stuff. Etsy's a really cool place to just see to start off with that, to
Mhm.
see what people like, just what their interests are, type in Etsy, and then maybe that can even get you an idea that you find something and then you're like, wait, I could try to make a hobby out of that and make it myself because that's a little more personal too, that I made this thing for you too.
I'll finish with one thing that I think would be really cool and I've done before is, make a cutting board, and you can
Or,
brand it
or Pizza Stone.
pizza stone that's maybe engraved with your initials on them.
A
Get a
branded
get a
cutting
hot
board?
deal
That's
on
cool.
that. Yeah, make a cutting board. They're fun to make. I don't know if you just, like, go to a wood shop or a studio and they have that kinda stuff. They're not hard, and you can make a bunch of them for on the cheap.
Yeah, there's a place in Austin, but I think they're kind of all over the place. So this wash sign behind you, the old one that we have that's in the window out there is like I just put up a file and they were able to cut it out. And you can also do like laser etching and stuff too. So yeah,
A
that's
lot of
biggest
ideas. I like the idea of making stuff, maybe
yeah.
some woodworking.
So I would say to start off, go on Etsy, see what their interests are, just type it in, see what people make on there, and then get something there or get some inspiration of stuff that you can make yourself.
Boom. Hey guys, apologies, but this one won't be short. It's actually very short. Here's the deal. I can't get over my high school ex.
Yikes.
For background, we dated end of high school into my sophomore year of college. We broke up for a while, then started messing around again at the start of my senior year. Come this April, she suddenly ghosts me for a month. As I'm about to graduate, we have one more week long communication stretch where I think we're going to start up again. Next thing I know, I moved to Florida for the summer, as I had mentioned to her. Haven't heard from her since the move. Saw her posting pics with another guy, and I still can't get over her. I know Brett will probably say that I'll meet someone new, but that never happens for me. What the hell is wrong with me, guys? Any advice is greatly appreciated.
Guy's down his luck, hung up on his ex. First of all, you just graduated college. You are going to meet someone new. You are so young right now, and
You are extraordinarily, almost excruciatingly young.
yeah, it's funny because it's always hard. I look back at like my parents are being like because I said so because I know better when I like that. And
Mhm.
like as a kid, you're like that's a terrible argument. But now as an adult, it's like oh yeah, like I under. To be honest, I probably really started understanding life and how the world worked like at 25.
Mhm. That's
Like
a
you
25 is kind of a watershed age.
Yeah, that's when you, like, really start kind of being like, "Oh, I'm an adult. This is how, like, the world works." And, some for better or for worse, sometimes you're like, "Oh, this is kind of, like, depressing how the world works."
Yeah,
So,
true.
I mean, you're still very young. You have a lot of time ahead of you, and I'm sure this is what the boilerplate answer that you thought you were gonna be getting because we were saying that you're gonna meet someone new, but, this is still fresh too, and I get that young love too. It's hard to be
Yeah,
someone
especially a high
yeah.
school into college, like, you a lot of formative moments here, um, and it's hard. It's hard to get over, what I assume is your sort of your first love, right?
Yeah.
Your first serious relationship, and that's difficult. That's totally difficult. That person means a lot. You've grown up together in a sense. You have experienced this new, way of life going to college and making it work, and you've put a lot of emotional time and energy into it, and you know what? When you get to the point where you did it and you've gone back for another round and you kinda went back for a third, I think we're getting to the point where you kinda gave it the go.
Mhm.
She gave it the go, you gave it the go multiple times, and
Ew.
we're still not there. We have not ignited the spark that's going to light the fire that sustains for the rest of your life, right?
Mhm. Or maybe you
We've
guys will meet again.
fizzled.
You might meet again later, but don't
But
hold on hope for that.
for now, right, at this moment and in the near and probably long-term future, that fire has fizzled out. She's moved on. You are in a position to move on. You've moved to Florida. You're kind of in this whole new world. And
Whole new
yeah,
world.
exactly. Ride your magic carpet out of there. But I think it's easier said than done. And what you do is you start talking to somebody new, and that feeling of excitement and energy replaces that old feeling of dread and anxiety and longing, if you will.
What Brett's trying to say is way to get over someone.
Is by talking to somebody routinely, Randy.
Yeah, okay.
Gosh.
No, to be honest, I mean, say it all the time on the mail end. The person I was at 18 was drastically different than the person I was at 22, and the person at 22 is way different than who was now. So you're gonna change a lot, and it's gonna always be you're always gonna have that in the back of your head that like that your first love and stuff. But to focus on that and think that she's the one and only, I mean, clearly she's probably a different person, has moved on a little bit too, and part of life is just accepting reality sometimes. And it's a hard thing to hear, but like I said, once you turn 25, 26, you'll start realizing that sometimes you just need to
Work
move
on
move on.
work on you. I get this guy. I get where he's coming from, and it sucks, but it's just like you
Like you
just
said, he just moved to Florida in the summer. This is
yeah.
all still pretty fresh, and
It's fresh. You're still like you just graduated. It's recent, but time has a funny way of you know.
is the biggest thing. They always say time heals all wounds, and like when you're going through it at the very beginning, it's hard to like remember that and like just life experience. It gets easier every time because you know that that is the case. That as time progresses, things will get better. It sucks right now, but I think as you just get older, you will meet more people. You will find stuff, And yeah, just hold on hope. I know you said that that never happens for you, but I mean,
You're
I'm
so young.
assuming you're 22, you're so young.
Yeah.
You have a whole you're stepping into the real world now. I mean, to be honest, like from birth to end of college was kind of like not the real world.
Correct.
You are stepping into something that is can take you anywhere, any place. The people you'll meet will be from all over. So it's a exciting and scary time, but
You'll be all right, my
you'll be all
man.
right.
You'll be all right. Maybe take some liquid IV with you wherever you go,
Yeah, you should hydrate. That'll
especially
help you get over too.
especially being in Florida. Liquid IV, the number one powdered hydration brand in America, is now available sugar-free, Randy. Years in the making, Hydration Multiplier Sugar-Free uses a proprietary zero sugar hydration solution with no artificial sweeteners. It's got 3 times the electrolytes of the leading sports drink, plus 8 vitamins and nutrients for everyday wellness. It also hydrates you 2 times faster than water alone. Keep your daily routine exciting with 3 new flavors too, Randy. White peach, green grape, and lemon lime. What's your liquid IV routine?
I'm on their website right now because I want to look at all the flavors. I mean, my favorite flavor in my
Mhm.
routine is I'll be honest with you, if I'm feeling I know it's not like medicine, but if I'm feeling like a little under the weather, especially hangovers, I hit that vitamin C immune boost.
Oh,
Especially if
if
I
you
have a
feel like the little tickle in your
yeah,
throat,
if I have a
I
trip
immune
coming up,
boost. Boom.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm doing the immune boost just because I'm like I'm not even I just want to be prepared and stuff. But
Look, they have a product for every, and this is smart on their part. They have a product for every time of day,
mhm,
a day part, if you will. In the morning, it's either like you wake up,
do the energy.
crush a bottle of water, uh, but throw some liquid IV in there, and you're doubling your hydration immediately.
And they have the energy stuff, too, which you
See,
and
I
I
like
are
to
bo
take that in the afternoon though,
yeah,
like a
you and
little
I aren't
boost.
coffee drinkers, so
No,
this is I've done the energy a lot, and it's good. I mean, it
it is
tastes
really
good.
good. They have something for after a long night, perhaps. Maybe some management of those symptoms.
Ooh, there's a new energy flavor that I wasn't aware of.
What's the flavor?
Mango tamarind? I don't know if that's how you say
Tamarind?
tamarind? Yes, tamarind. The yuzu pineapple and the lemon ginger I've had. I never had the mango.
Lemon ginger. How about that?
That's the lemon ginger is like the original one.
Yeah, and then they have the immune boost, like I'm thinking of
Tangerine.
moon shoes. Immune
Immune.
booster, which is like a really nice citrus flavor. For when you get that little tickle in your throat, maybe that first like little
Mhm.
sore throat feeling, boom, down the hatch, helps you out there. And the energy multiplier that Randy said.
Sally always says that she loves these and the hospital loves them because
Mm.
they hydrate and stuff. But you know who absolutely crushes these? My roommate who's a firefighter and has to go
There he
out in this
goes again.
Texas heat.
There he goes.
I'm
Randy
not
and his
stealing
fire.
valor. I'm just saying, but like, yeah, like having to be out in that big clothing and firefighter, just Texas heat, liquid IV helps a lot with that.
Boom.
Just being hydrated.
And now, like we said, with zero sugar, no artificial sweeteners, with a proprietary amino acid allulose blend for a sweet taste without the calories or raised blood glucose levels you get from sugar. So here's the deal, Randy. Real people, real flavor, real hydrating, now sugar free. Grab your Liquid IV Hydration Multiplier sugar free in bulk nationwide at Costco, or get 20% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use code MAILIN at checkout. That's 20% off anything you order when you use promo code MAILIN at liquidiv.com. Randy, you look ready for the last one.
Let's do it.
Bachelorette party question.
Oh, perfect.
Here we go. Hey, Mail-In crew. My best friend is having her bachelorette mid-August. Her sister, aka the maid of honor, is the one coordinating it.
Okay.
Okay? While the group chat has been created, location has been picked, and itinerary has been sent out, there are still some holes that have not been covered. For example, where we are staying has not
Okay.
been announced. Then,
August, which is we're in August, so less than a month.
then In the itinerary, it says we will do dinner and games at the house, which is cool. But does that mean someone is cooking the dinner or are we just getting pizza? I want to ask all these questions out of curiosity. And for me, coordinating trips is fun. However, I totally understand that it can come off rude, controlling, selfish, bossy, feisty, or insert any other negative word that comes to mind. When is the appropriate time to ask these questions and what is the appropriate way to ask without sounding like a control freak? For example, where are we staying? How many beds are there? Is there any theme nights or any specific outfits I should pack? For our meals at the house, is it fend for ourselves or plan on who's cooking what? I'm cool with cooking a breakfast or helping out with dinner. Any snacks? Is there a Costco? Who's in charge of the grocery run? Should we bring up gifts for the bride? What games should we bring up? Floating down the river, are there tubes provided or do we bring our own?
I love this question already.
This girl is having an absolute breakdown.
Hey, you are not on a bachelorette party. You're going on a bachelor party. This is how every bachelor party goes. Or like guys,
Yeah.
there's. I think that usually bachelorette parties are very like we're doing this at this time, this at this time, this at this time. Bachelor parties, yeah, we're going to this place. Usually we'll have like, all right, this is where the Airbnb is, and then we'll figure it out when we get there.
The amount of figure it out that's done on a bachelor party would make this girl have an absolute meltdown.
Yeah,
And it always works out 1,000,000% fine.
yeah. I think I would say the not knowing where the place is probably the biggest thing that you should be stressed about, and that is,
Yeah.
I think, a okay thing, especially now that it is in August. If they still haven't picked by the time that we're doing this episode, you might be able to be like, hey, but just like casually just say, where's the Airbnb going to be? Or like, where are we staying in
Yeah,
this
hey,
town?
that's a totally normal question.
Like, just
That
be
would
like,
not
are
be
we staying close to downtown? All this stuff. Something very like casual, just being like wondering where we're staying. Is it a hotel or Airbnb in there? Just that I think is an absolutely fine thing to ask. But as far as theme nights, all that, I mean, do you really need to know this right at this moment, or do you need to know it like the week of to pack?
Yeah,
Or
it's
do you
more
wanna
about a
go out and buy
packing
stuff? Yeah.
thing and, like, if you wanna buy stuff for their theme nights and bachelorette parties, they like to do the themed stuff. That'll be sent out at some point, hopefully, because it's like it doesn't make any sense to not let somebody know that there's a theme and be like, "Oh, where's your cheetah print?" It's
Yeah.
like, "Well, we didn't fucking know."
Which is funny because I'm going on a bachelor party tomorrow
Oh,
for one J-Bone at
aha, friend
Warslow.
of the show.
And this is the first bachelor party I am going on that has an itinerary, that has
Wow.
a breakdown of thing, the best man, and we're doing theme nights.
Wow,
It's
okay.
I'm going on a bachelorette party.
You are going on this girl is going on a bachelor party, and you're going on a bachelorette party. I think she says there's also like a PS. I create PowerPoint presentations for my family vacations on what to pack and our itinerary. So she's just like a
She's very type A.
type A to a fault, and this is just
May
tearing her
Diviner's
apart.
very type B.
Correct. You're going on a bachelor party. You sort of have to like Sally would hate the way we're answering this question 'cause she'd be like, Ask all the questions. Ask all of them.
Yeah.
Do it. Like you totally deserve to. Just Sally is this person."
Exactly.
But it's like
Did Sally write this in? And
yeah. It's gonna work out, and that's based on a dozen bachelor parties that have had something similar. You're gonna go on a grocery run.
Not even
It's
bachelor parties. So many vacations,
buddies
and-
trips,
and
yeah.
trips that have gone on.
The how many beds thing where you staying? Totally valid question.
Yeah.
The theme will be sent out. Don't worry about that. Meals, that's going to be solved in the grocery run. And
Mhm.
if there's a reservation somewhere. Snacks, again, solved in the grocery run. Nobody has to be in charge of the grocery run. It'll be a team activity. Should we bring up gifts for the bride? That's case by case basis. I don't know. Some people do like the lingerie thing. Some people do like I don't have experience on the bringing a gift for the groom because we don't do that.
Yeah, my presence. Is
What
the
game
gift
should
for
we
the
bring
group.
for game night? Go drink at a bar. Like
Bring
I don't
a
know.
deck of cards.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: just put something in your case and like a board game or whatever, and don't expect to play it. But
Have
if
it.
it's have it,
Floating the river, there's going to be tubes provided.
yeah.
Boom.
Did they say where they're going? Did she say?
She's going somewhere that can float a river. So
Okay,
maybe
yeah.
maybe Austin, maybe San Marcos, maybe something like
I'm
that.
assuming that there will be rental places and stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah. Don't worry about that.
bring a bathing suit, of course.
Boom.
Yeah. So, yeah, you are okay. I can definitely very type A, very stressed out about stuff. You want answers to certain things,
You want everything planned to the minute, and I get that. And
and
I'm just this is one of those that maybe go with the flow this weekend.
just take a step back, let the maid of honor do her thing, and biggest thing is don't carry this necessity of like needing to know everything and while they're into the bachelorette party
Correct. Yeah.
because if you are doing that and like constantly like what are we doing what other stuff
What's next?
it's
What's next?
going to really put like a strain on the whole trip like just I know it's probably hard for you to do just take a step back and enjoy the time that you're being there with them.
One, be water. Okay. Familiar with that saying, Randy? Be water. Go with the flow.
Mhm.
Adjust to whatever is needed. Two, be present.
Exactly.
Enjoy that moment. Enjoy that one drink or that glass of wine that you're having with this girl because she's your best friend. Enjoy each and every moment without stepping on enjoyment by thinking of what the next 6 hours look like.
Exactly. I
That
think yeah, so that's the biggest thing. I think it's ask about the Airbnb, totally valid, or
that's
where you're
valid.
staying,
Yeah.
just so you know. But otherwise, yeah, just kind of go with the flow.
That's gonna do it for us, Randy. Before we bounce out of here, any shower thoughts you might have?
I do have a shower thought.
What
I
do you got?
think, um, I think last time I was on here, I said something about 2000s or bath, and we went bath talk. I just find it
Mm,
interesting if we're going to probably be in like they're probably still making movies right now, but in like 20 years from now, when they make movies about the 2000s and all that stuff, and like then 2020s and all that, headphones are
mm.
going to be a very like minor detail that they would need to get right because like everyone had wired headphones and stuff like the earbuds and stuff, but now barely ever see that. They're all Bluetooth.
So you're saying that when people in 2040 are making a movie set in 2008, the costume designers and the set designers will have to be careful about headphone choices.
Yeah. It'll be a very interesting time to remember like what tech was available in that year.
Mm,
Like going back in I guess what's it called? Better Call Saul
yeah,
when they were doing all this stuff from early 2000s. It was like weird seeing that the flip phone stuff because Breaking Bad was going on like as a present day thing. But then we're
sure.
doing a prequel to Breaking Bad, so you had to have all these like old cars that weren't old in our opinion. They weren't like classic cars, but it's just weird thinking about seeing like period pieces from our childhood and our teenager when we're like well into our adult lives.
I agree. I agree. It brings you back in a way. Like I always think about watching sports, prior to 2004, whenever the HD first hit. And remember you used to have 2 channels on your TV for each channel? There would be like ESPN,
And then it was
and
a
then
1000
in
thing and it was HD.
1824 was ESPN
Yeah.
HD. And there'd be people they're like my dad would be like, "No, I'm watching the on channel 24." I'm like, "Dad, there's literally a better version."
Yeah, just go to 1024
Yeah.
and it's
There's my shower thought. Could you name your channels that you're like as a 10-year-old?
it's weird because we changed cable providers or something like that at one point. So I know that 45 when I was like really young, 45 was Nickelodeon, 46 was Disney, and those are like biggest ones. I don't think we had Cartoon Network. And then when it changed over, it turned into like I think 65 was Nickelodeon, 66 was Disney, and I think
Oh,
69
interesting.
was Cartoon Network.
That's funny. So, I don't even know what I guess we used to have the cable that would, like, screw into the back of your TV
Mhm.
out of your wall.
I mean, that's just cable.
That's just cable,
That's still the
and we had, like you had to set up your TV, you had to do the find channels button.
mhm.
So, network, it was, like, 13 was NBC, 10 was ABC, 8 was Fox, 6 was CBS. ESPN was 24, TV Guide was 19, where you watched
Yeah,
the
we
thing
had to watch. You had
scroll
to
up.
watch to see what was coming on instead of being able to go to the guide.
We had, Murderers Row from 23 to, like, 45. 23 Weather Channel, 24 ESPN, 25 ESPN2, 26 was like MSG, which is our regional sports, 27 USA, 28 TNT.
So
I don't know if
you
we
remember all
I don't know
these.
if we had a 29.
I think our merge row for us was like 40 to 69, where like there
Mhm.
was a lot. There was a in that early 40s. There was FX has the movies,
Oh,
Spike TV,
yep.
Discovery Channel, all that stuff.
You would have liked our 30 to 40. FX was 31, Cartoon Network 32, Nickelodeon 33,
Oh, yeah,
Disney 34,
that's a powerhouse.
ABC Family 35, Comedy Central 36, Discovery 37. I can't believe I can do this. Um, fuck, what's 38? I don't remember 38. 39 was History Channel, and 40 was TLC.
What's the show that you associate Nick at Night with the most?
All that,
Nick at Night?
I think so.
No. Nick at Night
So
was like the old reruns of like old sitcoms.
then maybe I wasn't a Nick at Night guy.
George Lopez.
Oh yeah, I watched George
But
Lopez.
I never really watched it. At Nick at Night, the most I watched was probably Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. But like
Yeah,
George Lopez was Nick at Night.
it's funny. I was more of a Nick either in the morning or like SpongeBob after school kind of
Oh
thing.
yeah.
But Nick at Night, I was probably doing like the sports or Discovery Channel at that point.
There's another shower thought. It's so weird that like you and I can refer to SpongeBob and like Fairly Odd Parents and all that stuff,
Yeah.
and like the rest of our company just doesn't really know anything about it.
Last shower thought I have is this. This is just high talk now.
And pretty much.
Weather Channel growing up, I used to love watching the Weather Channel, and now when you say numbers or like time periods, I have colors pop into my head.
Oh, really?
So like
To associate?
80, if I get an 80 on a test or an 85 on a test, it's like yellow. If I get a 90 on a test, it's red. If I get a 100 on a test, it's like
Dark red?
it's pink. You like that?
Oh, okay,
Like
it's pink.
if I get a 73 on a test, it's like like that pink kind of like teal transition,
What if you got a 20?
super blue, like hardcore blue. And so, and I do like the 1970s are, or the 1900s. This 1900s are blue and red. 1800s are yellow, and 1700s are
I feel
pink.
like we've
And
talked
that's
about this before,
yeah,
but
we
it
have.
wasn't like this. I think we talked about every month has a color.
Every month does have a color,
Yeah.
and it's definitely because in like preschool and elementary school, you had the calendars
Mhm.
that had like the themed bar at the top. Yeah,
February is a light purple.
yeah. Light purple, light pink.
Yeah.
January is red. March is green, obviously. April is like
Yellow.
light. June's yellow for me. April's like an orange, like a light orange. Peach. May is like a teal, kind of like a circling back blue.
June, July are
July's
blues.
blue. July's
Yeah.
so blue.
October's orange.
Duh. October's orange and November's like a brown, yellow, orange combo.
Yep. December's like white or like a light blue.
Yeah,
type of
yeah.
thing,
December's yeah. September's like a gold, like a marigold, if you will.
Should we just have a whole podcast that's just shower thoughts?
If you're still listening to this, God bless you.
yeah.
Thank you. But anyway, that's gonna. Hey Lauren, any shower thoughts that you got before we get out of here? Or you're like, what the fuck is wrong with these guys?
I don't even know what y'all are talking about anymore.
She's
Yeah.
she's too Gen Z.
Yeah.
She's like, you had channels that were like
No, I
two
don't
numbers.
understand the channel thing.
Oh, that hurt. Oh,
It-
that's.
I remember I
You're
saw.
saying numbers, it was, like, right over my
I remember
head.
seeing
Lauren's
like
like, you don't just go like click on a thing, and then it's like like
Netflix,
yeah.
the
There's like
picture.
boxes that you. Oh.
There's always like the prompt on the internet. It's like, tell me how old you are without actually telling me your age. And like one was video games only worked on channel 3.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
like, yep.
Oh, there's
Do you
nothing.
know what that means at all?
I have no
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
I think so.
There's nothing like plugging in the yellow, white, and red.
Yeah, the audio visual cables.
Golly. Anyway,
All right. Well, that'll be
let's
it.
get out of here. That's going to do it for us. Hit the hotline number 888-362-MAIL. That's 888-362-6245. Or you can write in the link, the Twitter bio at Mail In Podcast. Randy, where can the folks find you?
And you can find me at Randy Trembacki on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all of it. Just pretty much at Randy Trembacki.
I'm Brett Merriman at Schmerriman on all those platforms. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye-bye.